I think we're on. Hey, everybody. My name is Matt Curran, founder of Convene, and I have Eugene Brown with me. How you doing, Eugene?
I am doing well. Thank you, sir.
All right. So we're going to do an interview today with Eugene. Eugene is the community leader for health and fitness. So I wanted to interview Eugene so he could talk about, Convene Health and Fitness, why he is the community leader, and what he thinks the future of Convene Health and Fitness is. So just first, Eugene, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from and what's your background?
Well, as Matt said, I'm Eugene Brown. I am a father of four, one son, three girls. I've been married to my lovely wife, Brandy, for about 12 years. I'm a military brat, a former military Army officer during the first Gulf War. I am from the great state of Pennsylvania, and I make my home here in Charlotte, North Carolina for the last about 26 years.
Okay, so we're going to try not to hold the Army thing against you since I'm a Marine, but, you see the pic behind Marine Corps. There we go. So Eugene is the health and fitness, and I was lucky enough to meet Eugene a couple years ago. We've been friends for a couple years now, and we met through one of my friends that introduced me to Eugene. We've kept in close contact, and so when we were kicking Convene off, I knew that Eugene was going to be a great fit for Convene, and he is the health and fitness community leader. So Eugene, talk a little bit about why Convene Health and Fitness is important to you.
Well, I'd say next to my faith, I think my personal health is the most important thing to me because, if you're not healthy, you can't take care of your family, you can't go to work, and you can't really be there when people need you, and you can't live the kind of quality life that you'd like to if you're not healthy.
So there's two big stories that we've talked a lot in your life that kind of have shaped some of your thought process and are important to you with Convene Health and Fitness. And so tell us a little bit about both of those.
I guess about maybe 15 years ago, I lost both my mother and my younger brother. My brother was 29. He had diabetes, and my mother was just 58. She had dementia, congestive heart failure, as well as diabetes, and both of them, of course, died. And so, the health and fitness part of my life is incredibly important.
Yeah, so one of the ways when I first met Eugene, I was working as a pilot down at an air medical facility in Charlotte, and Eugene was testing a piece of equipment. I'll let him tell you about it. And he came over and tell us about this story, Eugene, because it really is pretty interesting.
Yeah, like Matt said, it's been about a year and a half now. I was testing a band that reads your blood pressure through the skin, and I had to go get it calibrated to me. And I went to Publix, had my blood pressure read, and it said about 168 over, I think, 104. And so for the next probably week or so, I walked around pretty concerned about my health because, again, I have house, dog, cat, family, and I certainly didn't want to leave this world, and I was very, very worried about what was wrong. Eventually, I made my way up to Matt. We got it tested, blood pressure that is, inside of one of his helicopters, and it read 170 over 105. And the lady looked at me and she said, pretty much after you leave here, you need to go directly to the hospital.
Yeah, so the nurse told him to go get it checked out, which was a good thing because, with the band that you were testing and what was on the in the helicopter, that monitor, they matched up perfectly. Yeah, so you went over and got it tested, and good news is that's all under control and all that. So that's a great thing. But without that awareness, you never know what might have happened. So Convene Health and Fitness, what kind of things will Convene Health and Fitness bring about? I know we just talked about some health stuff, but it's health and fitness. So let's talk about what kind of community is Convene Health and Fitness?
It's both, obviously, health and fitness. It's about sharing experiences on the health side, whether that be, diabetes, heart failure, high blood pressure, bulimia, you name it. But also from a positive, what are people doing to help manage those ailments. And on the fitness side, of course, the usual suspects, the gyms, the hot yoga places, the CrossFits, centers of the world, all of those things that people involve themselves with so that they can stay healthy, from dieting and exercising into all those concepts that surround it, as it relates to, how old you are and, what sort of things that people need to do to improve their health. So.
Yeah, it's just like in anything. I think a lot of people turn to the internet and different resources to, find out about different things, high blood pressure, like you said, diabetes, like you said, all those different aspects of life. And hopefully what Convene can do is be a resource for people where, we tie into some of those different organizations and then also allow people like yourself, your situation, what we were just talking about, your experience with finding out that your blood pressure was high, that, how you went about taking care of it and all that. So I think that's a great thing. As well as the fitness side. I mentioned earlier, we were just having the conversation, I travel a lot and I'm often on the road, and it would be great to have a place where a group that I could go in and that focuses on, exercise when you're on the road and different things like that. How do you see, how can sharing your experiences and using video and all that within the platform, how do you see that? How can that affect people or benefit people?
Well, I think, doctors don't have all the answers. And even when you get a second opinion, that answer still may not be the correct answers. So they're fallible, they're human, they miss things. I think, when you share experiences, people can learn from them. Here's what worked for me. And because what works for you may actually work for somebody else. And things that you realized along the way or you discovered along the way, those things people can learn from. And when they recognize similar symptoms or signs, then hopefully they can take appropriate action.
Yeah, when we were talking about your mom and dementia, I was telling about my wife's grandfather who his wife, she had Alzheimer's, and it's not always just the person that is experiencing the Alzheimer's, it's the family members that go along with it. And with Papa Miller, I just remember how exhausted and tired he was because he was trying to take care of his, wife of, close to 65 years. And he was exhausted, trying to do it. Tell a little bit about, how you, because I think, you would share this on Convene, but how about when you came home and, saw your mom when you first started realizing?
Yeah, a number of years ago when I was a young soldier, I came home to Pennsylvania to surprise my mother. And when I knocked on the door, she opened it. She did not recognize who I was. And I honestly thought that it was because maybe I just caught her off guard, and maybe she had just, woken from a nap. I wasn't sure because I didn't know anything about dementia. And eventually after college, I went to Germany and would talk to my mother on the telephone. And at times she would ask me, where am I at? And I thought maybe she meant in a very, very general sense. But, hindsight 2020, she was literally forgetting where I was located. And, so it's pretty troublesome that, when you find out your parent no longer recognizes you or she doesn't know you, she's very, very forgetful. And so you got to do everything you can to protect them so that they don't hurt others or hurt themselves.
Yeah, obviously. And that's just, it's the reality, unfortunately, for so many people out there, Alzheimer's, dementia, and, those type situations. It's like like I was telling you with Mama Miller and Papa Miller, it was a hard thing to be a part of and to see as well. So moving forward, I want to touch a little bit on affiliates because you're going to be the number one affiliate for Convene, correct? Yeah, that's right. How do you see, what talk a little bit about the affiliate program, about why you think it could be successful within Convene.
Well, I think the affiliate program is going to be a huge success because it allows people to drive traffic using a personal link. So people can, again, drive traffic to the platform. It allows people to share their content. It allows people to take experiences. And then certainly the affiliate can earn some passive income from driving traffic. So it's going to be a good opportunity for a lot of people.
So I want to talk about one young lady, and the point that I'm making here is that people have different passions in life, and so the goal of Convene communities is that there's different communities, and your passion might not be the same passion as my passion. Talk a little bit about Amanda, and a young lady that you've met, and she is one of the community leaders. But just tell us a little bit about her and her passion, and how the point that I'm getting at is how it just people love different things in life.
Yeah, I met Amanda and her mother and explained the opportunity to the both of them. And Amanda's a college student. She's actually going to be going to Winthrop University here in Rock Hill, South Carolina, on a full paid scholarship for arts and theater. And she's very, very bright. She's certainly a go-getter. She hasn't disappointed at all yet. Every single thing that we've asked her to do, she has done and more. So, her passion is, again, arts and theater, acting. And I think because we'll have so many communities, it's going to appeal to a lot of different people, and they're going to find great value interacting in all the communities that we eventually roll out.
Yeah, and I appreciate you finding Amanda, because she is just wonderful. And that arts and entertainment, I have a daughter who's a dancer. You have young girls who are probably going to end up dancing maybe, or in some form of the arts. You never know. But, art and photography and dance and theater, all those things, and music, all those things are so important. So I really hope that we can find a community that is good for everybody. Not only are you health and fitness, but, you're a parent as well. So, the parenting community, you've contributed a lot, but you're also a Christian, and you've contributed in the Christian community as well. So really looking forward to that. Well, Eugene, I'm excited about you being a part of Convene. I think that only the sky's the limit for you, and I do expect you to be the top dog. I wouldn't be here, I don't think, in this position without you. But I also look forward to seeing what you're going to do in the health and fitness community, because I think it's just a great community where we can make a difference in so many people's lives. So I'm going to let you close it out and just tell everybody what you think, and invite them to your community, or invite them to be an affiliate.
Yeah, just if you would take time to share an experience, help us grow the content. If you've got any ideas or suggestions, please certainly forward them to either myself or Matt. I think the sky's the limit, because we're different from some of the social media platforms that are out there, such as, Facebook is a bit more chatty, certainly a great platform. Instagram and YouTube are certainly different, but we're trying to provide a lot more valuable content to people. It's more of an intimate experience. It's a little bit more involved, but we have, the same bells and whistles as just about any other site out there. So, again, share some experience and take some experiences, and hopefully we'll create a lot of valuable content for you guys.
All right, Eugene, we'll do it again and update everybody on how it's going. But I appreciate you allowing me to interview you, and I am looking forward to the next year or 2 years or 3 years working with you, or however long it will be. So I appreciate it, and you guys have a great day. Thank you.
Bye.